Hi everyone, Zu again from Strategic Finance Careers. It's going to be a really short video on just some tips on what we see and what we give to professionals in strategic finance or professionals in our academy. Uh, this is all to do with SQL and writing your queries and figuring out what the next step is when you're dealing with data. So, when you're on the job, it's day 1, day 30, whatever it is, um, and you want to be a very efficient finance professional, you want to rely as little as possible on your data analytics or BI team, if there is one now. We're seeing more and more that this role is sort of getting consumed within the strategic finance function or within the engineering function. And how can you go and be less reliant on those folks is obviously be good at SQL. But in today's world, you barely ever have to write your own SQL queries. What you do need to know is the basics of SQL, which we obviously teach in our academy. And once you have that foundation of how do tables work, how do columns work, what is a database, what's the architecture, you can then simply go ahead and work with whatever LLM or AI tool you're using, and that would generally help you go write queries. So what does that look like? Let's say you're on the job and you have access to the database and you want to try and figure out some sort of query or some sort of pull. You could simply go and tell your LLM, hey, these are my tables, these are my columns, help me understand what kind of queries I can, one, write, and two, if I'm trying to solve for this, help me understand that. So that's pretty much it. We're now going to jump into a little sandbox tool that we built here at SFC, just so that folks can go in and practice what this looks like, as if you're day 1 on the job, and I'll do a real quick run through of what it looks like. So here is our little sandbox data lab that we built here at Strategic Finance Careers. This is very straightforward and very easy to go through, but we also have a little bit of a tour, and this is what pops up when you log in. It's just data.strategicfinancecareers.com. We'll obviously have the link below. So when you go to that link, you'll be hit with this welcome to the data lab. So this is a practice database, right? And the idea here is once you have basic SQL knowledge, work with an AI tool or LLM tool to help you solve queries. And this is supposed to mimic what you would find on your job at day 1. So first, we have the tables here, and we recommend that, again, like on your job, learn the tables, learn the different columns, and, understand what all the data is available to you. Again, you can do that yourself, or you can start to put it into your LLM tool. Next here, we have a few assignments that you can go through. We have answers. You'll need to put in your email so we can send you the answers. Click next. Like we said, we have the answers. We have a query that you will see that could work, but as you know, SQL, you could have multiple different queries. We also have an explain function here. So that essentially, as you type, helps you understand what's going on with the query and helps you learn as you go with different syntax. It also does a little bit of an explanation down here. So however you like it, you can learn that way. So once you click Start Exploring, so again, first thing I would recommend is, you start to understand what are in these tables. You can click on them. You can take a screenshot of this, drop it into your LLM, and start to understand what's being pulled. Alternatively, you can see that as you click these different tables, you may get some queries up here written already. So obviously we can delete this, or we can actually understand what's going on. So this is going to say select everything. So select star from Harbor Roast Core and the customers table. So if I do that, hit Command Enter, you'll see we get our different tables here. And if I change that to subscriptions, do the same thing, we now have our subscriptions table. If I hit this explain button, I can click highlight what these do. So this says, it explains what a select function does. This selects what from does, etc. And this does use a DuckDB engine, so you can literally write any query you want to solve its questions. The questions aren't easy. They are a little bit more on the complex side, but the idea is you should be using your LLM tool to help you write these complex queries. We also have a little bit of a SQL glossary out here that helps you understand some of the functions. So hopefully this is a fun tool. It's hopefully going to be a good practice arena for you guys. Completely free to use for students and non-students.